First things first is, does it feel any different to be filming this season, obviously on a different network? I'm sure production day to day is pretty similar, but I guess is there something that does feel different about it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Day to day, not necessarily. We go to work at the same place and for the most part, the same faces. I think that the biggest difference is this really lovely balance of we've been making this show for 7 seasons, so we're very comfortable in what we're doing and we're very
Mm,
set in our ways. But then at the same time, for ABC, it's a first season. So we kind of have this beautiful balance of being very comfortable, but also this fresh excitement and feeling ABC's excitement, which has been really lovely and reinvigorating for all of us, I think. So
mm.
yeah, it's this balance between old and new that I think is averaging out to a really lovely place.
Good. And I know we do have, the 100th episode is the fourth episode of the season. So congrats on that milestone. But, 100 episodes in for you, what has changed maybe for how you approach playing Buck? How has your relationship with the on-screen character maybe changed since, 7 seasons ago, the pilot?
Yeah, I think looking back to the pilot, that's not a character that I would take many traits from.
Mm.
Um, he always had a great heart, and I've always appreciated that about him, but he was a little too reckless at the beginning. And I think only in a way to want to prove himself and show everybody how great he was at his job. Whereas I think Buck of season 7 is a little more settled and knows his worth a little bit more. So he's less eager, as it were, to go above and beyond in a way that may actually turn out to be somewhat detrimental. So yeah, I think he's calmed down over the years, and I appreciate that about him because so have I. I like to think.
And having, like you mentioned before, having that ease with everyone after so many seasons has to be very rewarding too, and kind of change how you all are able to film the show.
Yeah, we become genuinely closer and closer over the years, and we become more embedded into each other's lives, and it will be tough to get rid of each other at this point, I think.
And now, we did kick off this season with the three-part premiere involving, this wild cruise ship disaster, which we will continue to see evolve over the next couple episodes. But I'm sure that's not the only wild stunt or situation you're going to be thrown into this season. I guess, can you tease something that you have coming up? Was there anything that maybe you had hesitations about doing that, you threw yourself into and you were like, oh, this was awesome?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like we've obviously been making the show for a little while now, and I
Yeah.
have over the years done some things that maybe felt like I had some fear and anxiety going into, but by this point, I have extreme trust in our stunt team, and
Of
I'm like,
course.
no, 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 yeah, throw me up there, hang me off the side of that building, and uh, maybe I'm a little bit too secure and sure of things in that sense, but yeah, I don't really get phased by doing that stuff so much anymore, just because we've done it so much,
Right.
and I've learned and watched this stunt team be incredible week in, week out. So yeah, there's not really been anything that I've had too much trepidation about doing. But also, we start really big these first 3 episodes,
Yeah.
and then as often follows really big, crazy stunt heavy episodes. We actually have a few more character episodes. There's a thing in. I'm going to just contradict everything I just said because I just remembered something, but it's in a slightly different way. And if you come back to this interview when episode 6 airs, I'll tell you there is actually something in episode 6 that I was probably more terrified to do than anything I've ever done on the show. But it's not
Okay.
a stunt.
I'm like, are you singing?
I gotta go.
As someone who does not like singing publicly myself, that would be my guess. So
Okay,
that's why I went with
we'll see. We'll see.
that.